Hello, I'm Sean Labode, Community Manager for Sold Out, and I'm here with the Pugstorm devs. We're going to chat about Radical Rabbit Stew. So we're going to go from left to right, or be my left, as you can see here. So tell us, what is your name and what is your role?
Oh, am I starting or are you starting?
Yes, you are starting.
I'm starting. Okay, all right.
Sorry, I was. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So my name is Fredrik Prentare, and I am one of the founders of Pugstorm. So my role on Radical Rabbit Stew has been very spread out. I've been kind of the lead programmer for most of the project. I've also kind of been like the CEO type of character for the company. And I've done most of the game design and the levels and also some of the audio. So kind of spread out, I'd say. But closer to the end, I've been mostly focusing on managing kind of the team, because the team has kind of been, changing throughout the development cycle. So yeah, that's kind of who I am.
Thank you, Fredrik.
All right, and I'm Julian Wojciechowski from Berlin, and I mainly work on all the graphics and Radical Rabbit Stew, which is environments, story slides that happen in between gameplay and animations and boss graphics, like all of that, and pixel art, that is.
Excellent, cool. Thanks for coming on board, Fredrik and Julian. The next question we have is the inspirations for the game. So starting with yourself, Fredrik, what was some of the inspirations for Radical Rabbit Stew?
Yeah, so we have been very inspired by basically our childhood games. I would say those are our main inspirations. So we've been really inspired by a game called Goof Troop, which is one of our kind of favorite games that we've been looking into for game design, and also a lot of the more quirky stuff that's going on in the game. But we've also looked at games like Bomberman, which has been a big inspiration. Also Super Mario, Link to the Past, and some of the Super Mario is a big inspiration, I'd say, as well. So yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That yourself, Julian?
Yeah, pretty much the same, but I've also kind of inspired by the game called Barodius, which is a parody of Gradius. It's kind of almost a genre in Japan, and they have all these kind of quirky characters and action and animations, and I just had to take something of that because I was very inspired by it as a child, so I had to take something of that and bring it into the game, which I did. There's some character in that game that kind of represents one of the chefs that you have to save.
Excellent. Cool. So obviously you guys have been working closely with the game, but do you have your own personal favourite feature that you love? Maybe something that you've adopted or brought in on board, or something that you just love to always show off as your favourite thing. So something for you, Fredrik.
All right, yeah. So I think the main mechanic in the game is what we call propelling, which is kind of when you use your spoon to shoot things in different directions, and that's by far the favorite feature in the game that I've been working closely on. I think it's really interesting and fun, and it's kind of different to what exists out there today. So it has been a lot of fun experimenting with that and coming up with new ways of integrating it into different levels and puzzles. So I think that's my main kind of feature that I really love about the game. And another one is the title screen, which is a lot of fun making. And if you have played the game, I think you'll know what I mean. Yeah.
Cool. Julie?
Yeah, like I said, these story slides. So basically between each world that you finish, you get a short snippet of story that happens, because we don't really have character progression, so we show that in these slides, and they are like all pixel art and like 4 images at most, where I had really a lot of fun working on that. And that game is kind of my first take on doing pixel art, and I learned so much from doing these. And they also kind of were something that came from Barodius, because they had the same, they had like some kind of pixel art sepia story slides. And I really loved that, so that was sure that we need that in that game. And the final boss was a lot of fun to make.
Cool.
But who knows?
Yeah.
What that looks like.
Yeah. It's come in a very long way. It looks beautiful. But during the journey, have any kind of challenges that you kind of recall whilst making it? Something that might have been difficult but you've overcome whilst making it, or any other challenges out there? Just maybe the actual getting together and making the game as a team. Starting with you, Fredrik.
Right, so I think the main thing that we overcame was when one of our core team members had some personal things he had to deal with, and how we together as a team kind of got through that, and now we are like stronger than ever, and so I think that's the main part. I don't want to go into details on about what it was about, but yeah.
Cool. Yourself, Julian, any challenges whilst making the game?
Yeah, it was pretty much the same thing, but apart from that, it's maybe being highly focused on a project for many years. Because many people say, like, at the end of making a game, you hate it. It's not that bad, but there were definitely some stretches where you think, oh, I can't wait to have this one thing finished. Or you thought you'd never see the day when it is finished, but yeah, we brushed past that.
Yeah. Was there any ideas that kind of didn't make it to the game? Maybe it was just a bit too ambitious, or just doesn't kind of fit in with the game? Starting with you again, Fredrik.
All right, so yeah, there were some different types of gameplay modes that we wanted to bring into the game that we decided not to bring into the game. And I think there was some potential in them, but in the end, the way we kind of structured the game was a better solution. So I still want to bring them in, but I have double feelings about it. So yeah.
Yourself, Julian?
Yeah, there was one feature that we kind of used, which was a shark that would snap you when you would enter deep water. And I feel like the whole team, there was 4 people back then also, had worked on a week almost on it, just to get it in. But in the end, something about it felt off, and we felt like, okay, let's not include it before we include something that isn't polished 100% or just doesn't fit. But yeah, that's one thing that I still like to have in there somehow. But some things never change.